Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that tells us is true. And much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work. And peace and salutations to the hopefully elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. To USA, Shalom. So yeah, I just want to go into a quick lesson about something that I was meditating upon, dealing with this knowledge, this truth, in which without the true understanding of the scriptures, there could never be a salvation. You see, there can never be a salvation of the remnant, the elect. And this is why our Lord Yahushua shedding his blood over 2,000 years ago is so significant, because for the ones that did believe in our Lord back then, well, the Lord has raised them back up in these latter days from the dead to receive the true knowledge, to be able to call upon the true powers, Yahweh and Yahushua. All right, and to know and understand exactly who our enemies are, exactly what the intent is of the Most High is for his people, and what we need to do to obtain it. We had to receive knowledge in order for us to even qualify for salvation. And so let's just, let's take Yahushua out of the picture for a second and just, ponder on the fact that there was going to be a day of judgment, just like during the time of Noah. The Most High was going to judge the earth again. And when you think about us as a whole, the Israelites who are under the covenant, who are bound by the covenant, all under sin, if the Most High came back and judged the earth without the sacrifice of our Lord Yahushua, the whole nation would essentially perish away. And the reason because of that is because, the weight of sin is death. For the wages of sin is death, man. So the Most High would have had to have wiped out the whole nation. And then there would be no more Israelites. And guess what? The birthright would automatically go back to Esau. And this nigga would continue ruling in wickedness. So we see the significance of Yahushua and the blood that he shed, which cannot be comprehended, because this is going to benefit not only the remnant, the elect, but the whole nation for eternity at some point. You see? So this is why Yahushua is worship. So going back into that point, as I was saying, if he didn't sacrifice himself and give himself up for the nation, the remnant, the whole nation, then there would be no Israelites. And that's proven in the book of St. John, chapter 11, and verse 50. And we're reading the NLT. It says, "You don't realize that it's better for you that one man should die for the people than for the whole nation to be destroyed." You see? So the punishment and chastisement that the Most High put upon Yahushua, although it was brutal, and we hate that he got did that way, but on a spiritual sense, it was necessary, man. It was very necessary. And we're glad that he offered himself up to redeem us back into the Father, because without Yahushua, we would have been forever cut off as a nation. All right? But due to the promise that the Most High made with Abraham, he gave us his only begotten Son, that whosoever believed on him should not perish but have everlasting life. So when you go to Isaiah 53 and 10, it says, "Yet it pleased the Lord Yahweh to bruise him. He had put him to grief when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin." All right? Because for sin, there must be an atonement by the way of blood. There must be bloodshed for the atonement of sins. And so it says, "He shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord Yahweh shall prosper in his hand," that hand being Yahushua. It says, "He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied." It was going to satisfy the Most High to do this. So it says, "By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities." So when you think about that, when Yahushua was on the scene, you had believers and you had unbelievers. All right? Now, for the believers that died in believing in Yahushua, well, they were going to be lifted back up in this time. to receive the truth, to come out of that dead state. So when you go to St. John 6:39, it says, "And this is the Father's will, which have sent me, that of all which he have given me," speaking about the elect, "I shall lose nothing, but shall raise it up again at the last day." See? "And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day." There was a great falling away. We lost everything. The names, heritage, customs, everything. We were turned into complete heathen. We were in a dead state. We lost understanding. All right. And you go to Proverbs 21:16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." All right. And so in order for us to come back to life, we would have to be quickened. And the way that we were quickened was by this word, this testimony. Let's go to Psalm 119 and 144. Call O Yahweh Shemashah. It says, "The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live." Give me understanding, and I shall live. Showing you the standard for life is understanding the scriptures, understanding the truth. All right? Because when you go to the book of Daniel, he was given prophetic visions of the future, some things that he did not understand. And so this is what the Most High told him, Daniel 12:8. "And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end." All right, the time of the end of the fourth beast. Okay, mentioned in Daniel the 7th chapter, which will come through the Edomites. So now we're at the end of the Edomite rulership, the so-called white man. This is why the scriptures have been unlocked. All right. And this leads up into our Lord Yahushua, who unlocked the seals of the book. When he died, when he arose, and when he ultimately ascended to the heavens, he received power and glory. And he was the one that unlocked the book. So when you go to Revelation 5:1, it says, "And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne," speaking about Yahweh, "a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals." 7 means completion. So this book was completely sealed, done with the understanding. So it says, "And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?" All right. Who was able to bring forth the understanding of the scriptures? "And no man in heaven nor on earth, neither under the earth," the ones that died, they had no understanding, "was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much." So you see the significance of the seals being unlocked. John the Revelator actually cried. It says, "Because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, and neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof." All right. So he prevailed by conquering death, and he received all that glory that he had with the Father from the beginning. He received all power and authority. All right. And so with him receiving all power, he was the only one to unlock the understanding of the book. So 6 says, "And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders," the 24 elders, right, "stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes." These 7 horns represents complete power. 7 means completion. Horns means power. So Yahushua had complete power and also 7 eyes. All right. Eyes represents vision. Okay. So it says, "Which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh by Shemashah sent forth into all the earth." All right. So it says, "And it came and took the book out of the right hand of him, Yahweh, that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, The 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. All right? We're just talking about the remnant, man. So it says, and they sung a new song. That's this gospel, man. Saying, thou worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us. Redeemed who? The remnant. To Yahweh by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. All right, so this is what we're saying. Yahweh Shai is worthy because he was the only one that can unlock the book and to bring forth the understanding, because it was the understanding that was going to bring us to life. As I just read Psalm 119, 144, the testimonies are everlasting. Give me understanding and I shall live. All right, so life comes with understanding. Revelation 14:6, it says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth. So Yahweh Shai sent his angels to give this everlasting gospel unto his men on the earth. It says, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, because we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. This is what we're saying. And give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And this is actually talking about Yahweh Shai, right? Because he was given all power and authority. As the Most High said, he judged no man, but have committed all judgment to the Son. All right, so Yahweh Shai is the one on the throne beside his Father, handing out judgment. Okay, so it says, verse 8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, which is America, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So with us coming to life and preaching this gospel, which condemns this current society, this beast system, which is newly revised Roman Empire, all right, foretells the end of the so-called white man's rulership. You see? So it's by the understanding of this word that we were going to be redeemed back unto the Father. You see? And so once the seals were unlocked, this is what happened. Now, when you go to Revelation 11 and verse 8, it says, and the dead bodies, spiritually dead bodies, right? Proverbs 21:16, shall lie in the street of the great city, that being Babylon the Great, America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Well, also our Lord Yahweh Shai was crucified, because it was right here that they killed his image. They killed his reputation and what he stood for. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. So they were going to see the Israelites, right? The so-called Negroes, primarily, right? The tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they were going to see their dead bodies for 3 days and a half. That's 350 years. And should not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, meaning they were not going to comfort us concerning who we were and who our true power was. So 10, they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, slaves, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. Okay, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. When we was in power, these nations were tormented. And after 3 days and a half, 350 years, from 1619 to 1969, the spirit of life, the understanding of the scriptures from Yahweh Shai entered into them. And this primarily happened with Rabbi Abba Bivens around 1969 and 70, in which he started going to the New Testament to teach about Yahweh Shai. So this was the spirit of life, and Yahweh Shai unloosened the seals and sending down the spirit into Rabbi Abba Bivens, and this is what we have today. And this seed has grown into what we see today. So it says, and they stood up on their feet. We came alive spiritually. We knew who we were. We knew who our power was, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and we knew who our enemies were. And we knew that also that the kingdom of heaven was going to be established. Okay. And great fear fell upon them with sovereignty. So the ones that kept this knowledge from us, these elites, great fear fell upon them that saw us, because seeing us come to life is literally like seeing someone come from the dead, like you shoot someone in the head 100 times. That's essentially what Esau did to us. And to see us come to life is nothing short of a miracle. So they know that this is of Yahweh Bashmal Shah. So this is going to lead to 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, this is Yahweh Shah, come up hither at his return. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. So just like Yahweh Shah was caught up in Acts the 1st chapter into a cloud, a so-called UFO, where the elect are going to be beamed up into the so-called spaceships. Okay? And so it says, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, so-called UFO, and their enemies beheld them. They're going to see the salvation of our Lord Yahweh Shah. And we're going to be changed at that moment too, which, as you get in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. So that's going to lead to the destruction. Once it's beamed up, then this is going to happen. Verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, America being destroyed by nuclear fire. And the 10th part of the city fell, that being America, split up into 10 FEMA zones. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, a complete number of men. Everyone in America will be destroyed, but the remnant. So it says, and the remnant, the elect, were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. After they were beamed up, they saw destruction. They gave glory to Yahweh Bashmal Shah. All right. So 14 said the second war is past. This is talking about World War II. That is past. And behold, the third woe, or the World War III, cometh quickly. And this is what the Bible prophesies about. World War III, the destruction of America, and simultaneously the elect being saved and changed. And an eternal rulership being set up that was spoken of by the prophets. So the understanding of the truth is how we will be redeemed back into the Father through the blood of Yahweh Shah. So with that, Lord willing, you are edified. Till next time I say, Shalom.